Hi, my name is Deidre. Today I will be speaking to you about the effects of pesticides. Uh, According to the alliance that I am a part of, a group, which is COWHA, Children of Vietnam Veterans Health Alliance, during the Vietnam War, the U.S. military sprayed over a million of gallons of herbicides. These were considered plant killers for the construction of bases. This was done in Vietnam and Laos. It was also known as Operation Ranch Hand. The spray was called 2,4-, which contained dichlorophenoxyacid acid. The other one that they used was 2,4,5-T, which also contained trichlorophenoxyacid acid. It's also known as 2,4,5-T. This contained and contaminated a bunch of dioxins. The spray was Agent Orange, and the spray was delivered in a drum. So the soldiers would see this drum, and they noticed that the drum had an orange stripe around it, and so that's how they dubbed it Agent Orange. To this very day, the U.S. military denies that this was used as an act of warfare. They simply state that it was used for the construction of a new base in Vietnam and Laos. However, when they did spray it, it did spread to most of the soldiers. The spray was used time and time again over a span of 3 to 4 years. The World Health Organization states that the dioxins that were used in Vietnam can cause reproductive and developmental problems, damage to the immune system, and can interfere with hormones, and it can also cause cancer. Dioxins is referred to as the dirty dozen, which means basically that it contains a cluster of chemicals. It has so many chemicals that they don't even name them. So based on many of the experience, the chemical endures for at least a long time in the fatty tissue, and the lifespan is about 7 to 11 years. So if you were a soldier in Vietnam during that time, it went into your body, it was either breathed in, or it was consumed through food, or it was automatically sprayed on, or just anywhere. If you walked through any of the foliage, it would go through your skin and stay within your fatty tissue. So it was absorbed, it went into everything. This lasted for 7 to 11 years. In 1970, there was a study that TDD could cause birth defects. So because of that study, they stopped spraying in 1970. In 1970, the soldiers that came back from Vietnam started reporting that they had cancer, skin rashes, psychological symptoms, birth defects, also in their children, and health problems. My father served during the most heaviest spraying. He served from 1968 to 1969. Again, it was ingested, or it could have been contaminated through the skin. It is estimated that the second generation children of males who served in Vietnam have also noted that there are over 746 reported illnesses. We are also known as the Deny Until They Die list. What we have done as a coalition group is we have tried to appeal to the Veterans Administration and applying for help. Of course, we have been denied because we are not acknowledged because we are the children of males. Females, however, that served in Vietnam were acknowledged should they have had any children, and if any children were sick or what have you, they were acknowledged. But us as a whole, we are denied till we die, which pretty much states that that's going to be pretty fast. I am also one of those children. The class action suit, there was also a class action suit that had been filed in 1979 against the herbicide company. This was settled out of court, and so from that, the Agent Orange settlement found that $200 million was distributed to vets. So in 1988 through 1996, Vietnam veterans were actually given back some type of compensation for the Agent Orange. So it was acknowledged that the Agent Orange did affect them. However, it's still not acknowledging that children of males are not acknowledged. Out of the 746, I have been diagnosed with over 44 diseases and disorders for over a 35-year span. I have lived with being sick or having to have pain daily. This has been going on since I was a child. Here shows all the things that I have been actually diagnosed with. That's a lot of things for somebody who was only 40 years old. Having kidney disease diagnosed at the age of 28 is very unusual, along with high blood pressure and diabetes too. So it's very unusual. In conclusion, the facts have been stated, and as a part of my speech, I would also like to state that the country still allows TDD to be used as a pesticide on our foods. The coalition would like to let everybody know that, or shed some type of light on two companies, which is Monsanto and DuPont. These companies use chemicals to grow. These are used in all type of plants, foods, corn. You can also go to, for more information, either go to Children of Vietnam Veterans Health Alliance, or you can also go to www.occupymonsanto.com. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of good films on there stating what type of foods are affected, who are the companies. Some of the best known companies are Betty Crocker, also just General Mills. A lot of these companies are, using Monsanto is giving the food to them. Also, Monsanto is also well known for what is called genetically modified foods, which are also known as GMOs. GMOs are the mostly used GMO would be a soybean. Soybean is very cheap, and because it is so cheap, it is used in everything. You cannot go and look in anything and not see soy lecithin inside there. Now, the soy lecithin is actually produced and made genetically, so it's been modified. So it's not an original soybean, it's actually been modified and made. So when you do look at anything that has to do with your eating, you need to make sure that it is not a GMO product. Like I stated earlier, just make sure you go to Occupy Monsanto and look at that. I think it's a travesty that our country is still using this. I am one of those people that have been affected by pesticides. It has ruined my life. I have had extreme pain, and I wouldn't want anybody else to go through what I go through, especially for your children. Make sure you do look.